HaKadosh Boker Tov. We're going to be continuing today on Daf Nun Zayin Amud Aleph 57a1. However, though, we're first just going to go back just to understand what the previous Gemara was talking about. We just mentioned the case of a city which was 2,000 amot squared, Darei Levim. We're talking about the cities of the Levim. And then what happened was, we said, well, so this is the city of the Levim, 2,000 by 2,000 amot squared. Then we said that we had 1,000 amot around the city, right? Which had to be migrash. And then after 1,000 amot, you could have whatever you want. Sadot ukramim. Okay, so this first 1,000 amot had to be empty land. And then on the outside could be whatever you wanted. Okay, now here, if you see, this is called kranot, the corners. Corners. Wherever it says kranot, it means the corners. A keren is a corner. Now, wherever it says the tchum is because, remember, the way that we do the tchum, we don't go by the corners, because the corners is much more than the actual tchum. From here to here, if you remember, was 2,800 amot. From here to here is 2,000 amot. Or from here to here is 2,000 amot. From here to here is 2,000 amot. From here to here, 2,000 amot. This is 2,800 amot, as you're going in a diagonal. So therefore, it's much more. So by the tchumin, we always go to the 4 different directions, but these are called the corners. So now, says the Gemara, tchum kama hava shitzar, it's 16 portions. If you start from here, right, it's going to be 16 portions. Okay, kranot kama havyan shitzar. So it says 16 portions is just the kranot, because it's 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's why you have the 16 in different colors. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's the corners. 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. 9, 10, 11, 12 corners, 13, 14 corners, and then you have of the tchumin. Okay? Now he says, so dal tamanya de tchumin, darba de kronot, have a tresar. If you're going to take away the tchumin, okay, and the corners, you have 12 left. Okay? So says the Gemara, right, tamanya, Abaya Mar Kamzini says, Mishkach b'mata davi alfa be'alfa. So sorry, the Gemara says, do you really think we're talking about beribua, which is basically going to be a square? Beigula kama. We're talking about an igul. That's this case over here. This case is Darei Levim 2,000 by 2,000 amot squared is an igul, is a circle. Now you have here 1,000 amot, and then here's the extra 1,000 amot. Okay? Kama meruba yoter leigul. How much more is this square bigger than a circle? Ravia, a quarter. Dal ravia mina upashut tishas. Then you only have 9. Okay, so therefore you have, right, 9 out of 36. Okay, and that's why he said it's going to be a quarter. Now Abaye says, you could also find it in a case where it was going to be 1,000 by 1,000. So tchumin kama, how much is the tchumin? Temanya, it's going to be 8 ribuim. Okay, so kranot kama, how much is going to be the kranot? Okay, this is the case here. Alpha be'alpha. Kama hava tamanya. That's going to be 8. So here it is. It's 1,000 by 1,000 amot. Okay? 1,000 by 1,000. So it says, karanot kama have shitzar. So how much do you have the corners? The corners again are going to be 16. Okay?
16,
so
yeah.
What?
16.
16. So dal arba de tchumin. You're going to take 4 of the tchumin out. The arba de kranot and 4 of the kranot. So then it's going to be 8, which means you're going to take out the tchumin. These are the tchumin. Remember, these are the tchumin. And besides the tchumin, you're also going to take away, right, the 4 of the kranot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how much is left? You've got 8. Okay, 8 left. Okay, so tivtava. So then it's going to be a third. So says the Gemara, Misavra beribua kamar. Again, do you think it's squared? Igula kamar. Again, it's talking about where it's going to be circled. Kamar ruba yoter leigul. How much is a square more than a circle? Ravia, a quarter. Dar ravia. So you're going to take out a ravia. Pashulu shita. You're going to have 6 left. The shita mesim arba rivave. So he says, so therefore it's going to be 6 out of 24. Ravina amar. Ravina says, my ravia. What does it mean, ravia? Ravia de tchumin. It's going to be a ravia of the tchum. Right, a ravia, a quarter of the tchum, not a ravia of everything in general. Ravia of a quarter of the entire tchum. Okay, that's ravina. This is ravina. Ravina man ma'im ravia, ravia de tchumech. Because here, it's going to be a quarter of the tchum. This is the tchum. So it's a quarter of the tchum.
A quarter of the home. Okay.
Okay? So it's 2,000 by 2,000, which is this case. Okay? So then you have 2,000 on each side. Now it comes out that the shetach of the Ir with the tchum is 6,000 by 6,000. Okay, but look, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, that's 6,000. By 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 6,000. So 6,000 by 6,000. But Bachaki and Yaakov Alush, you could both see it.
36 million. Okay.
That's 36,000 square feet, or 36,000 square amot, obviously. Okay? Yeah. So now it says here, the tchumim without the city is going to be 32, right, by 32. Okay? So Ravashi comes and he says, my Ravia, what does it mean, Ravia? Ravia de Kranot. Ravia of the Kranot. Okay? So Amale Ravina the Ravashi, says Ravina to Ravashi, Veha Saviv Ketiv. Says 1 second, it's written the word Saviv. So says the Gemara, my Saviv, what does it mean Saviv? Saviv de Kranot. It's going around the Kranot, around the corners. Diilo Temachi, because if you're not going to say this, it's written by the Korban Olah. You're going to throw the blood on the Mizbeach around it. So too I'm going to say it's Saviv Mamash. Saviv, what does it mean Saviv? Saviv de Kranot. It means going around the Kranot of the Mizbeach. Hachanami my Saviv, so too here, what does it mean Saviv? Saviv de Kranot, going around the Kranot. So Amale Rav Chaviv Mechuzah Ravashi, he says Rav Chaviv Mechuzah to Ravashi, Va'ika Morsha de Karnata. He says 1 second, you have the blitot of the pinot, which are coming outside of the Kranot. Let's see here if you have a picture. Here's Monosha de Karnata. Here. Monosha de Karnata is right here. You see the picture? The corners by the city. These are called Monosha de Karnata. The city's circle, then you have the Monosha de Karnata. So he says, Bemata Igulta. So we're talking about a circle city. Okay? Veharibua. But he says, 1 second, but you made it squared. Remember that whenever we have a circle city, we never give you the tchum according to the circle. We make it into a square, and then we give you then we give you the city, right? Then we give you the tchum. Okay, that means first we make it into a square, and then we give you the dimensions. So Eimar Damnina Chaziran Command Meraba, Rabu Avadam Merabara says 1 second, for sure you're gonna make it Meruba. So Amale Rav Chanilai Mechuzna Ravashi, Michte Kama Meruba Yoter Laigul, how much is a Meruba more than the Igul? Ravia, a quarter. Hani Tamni Mea, he says it's 800. So it says Shit Mea, Veshitin Ushfan Nichet Hiltavi. It's gonna be 667 minus a third, which is that's why it says 666 and 2/3, right? So Amaleh, he says Hanimuna these words, he says Bigula Migoribua, when it's a circle inside of a square. But when you're talking about alachson, which is diagonal, you always need more. The Amar More says, any single time that you have an amma, when it's squared, it's going to be the concept of pi. Everyone knows what pi is, no? Pi is,
yes.
Yeah, so pi, 1.4. Yes. So that's what it is. Okay, and then we go to the Mishnah. Okay?
Yeah.
There's the Mishnah on Nun Zayin Amud Aleph, 57a1, the Mishnah. Notnin karpaf le'ir, divre Rebbe Meir. So we're going to give 70 and 2/3 of an amah to the city. These are words of Rebbe Meir. Remember, every single time you have a city, you never start the 2,000 amot right outside of the city. You give them 70 and 2/3 amot, and then you start the 2,000 amot. That's called the karpaf. Chachamim say, Lo amnu karpaf ben shtei eirot. That's only between two cities. Right? If you have 70 and an amana shiraim, right? So it's 141 and a third. You join them together. Or if you have 3 cities which are going to be joined together, that's this one. Okay, 3 cities. right? אם יש שניים החיצוניים מעל רבים אחד ושלוש, right? עשה אמצעי את שלושן כאחד. So therefore, what happens is the middle one makes all of them into one city. Because since from here to here, you have 141, right, or less. So therefore, in here, the same thing. So therefore, they're all connected, even though they're like this. Okay? So it says the Gemara, how do we know these words, right? That you give a kapaf to the city. Amar Rava says, the Markat says, Mikira eir v'chutza, amrat Torah, 10 chutza, ve'achar kach medod. You have to give outside, and then you start measuring. Meaning you never start measuring immediately. You first give outside, and then you start measuring. Chachamim say, lo amru, they didn't say it. Itmari was stated. Ravuna Amar, Ravuna says, notrin kapaf lezu v'kapaf lezu. You're going to give kapaf to this one and kapaf to the other one. Chia bar Rav Amar, Chia bar Rav says, kapaf echad lishten. Kapaf echad to both of them. Tanan, we learned to the Mishnah. Chachamim say, lo amru kapaf ela ben shtei ayarot. They didn't say kapaf only between two different cities. So tiyufta de Ravuna, it's going to be a question against Ravuna. Okay, but Ravuna says that we're giving it to each city, right? And Chia bar Rav was saying, no, you only give it to between both of them together. So says the Gemara, Ravuna is going to tell you, my karpaf, Torat karpaf. Or Lolam karpaf, you give karpaf to each one. Hachanam mistabra, it's also logical to say that. Then he Seifa, because the Seifa says, the fact that it says that each one you're going to do it separately. So Shemamina comes to teach that each one is going to have a separate karpaf. So Lema te'avet yufta de Chia barav. Why don't we just say that it's a tiyufta against Chia barav? So Amalechal Chia barav says Chia barav, Nun Zayin Amubet, Hamani, who is this Rabbi Meir? It's going to be Rabbi Meir. Okay? So says the Gemara, Rabbi Meir, if it's going to be Rabbi Meir, Hatani le, we already learned it. Reisha, notrin kapaf le'ir Rabbi Meir. We already learned that you're going to give a kapaf to the city. These words are Rabbi Meir. So says the Gemara, Tzricha, you need it. The imeahi, if you're going to tell me it's that case, Havamina, I would have thought to say, Chad lechada v'chad letarte. You're always going to give one karpaf to one city or one karpaf to two cities. That means the maximum is going to be 70 and 2/3. But that's it. You're not going to have any more. Ramashmalan comes teach you that when you have two cities, you're going to give two karpafs, 270 and 2/3, which becomes 141 and a third. But yes, if it would have only taught us this case, because it's very, very small amount. What's 70 amot? 70 amot is nothing. Think about it. You know what 70 amot is? Every amma is half a meter. So 70 amot is like 35 meters. What's 35 meters? Nothing. Yeah, when you're talking about, it's a small amount. If it's not going to be the shmishah, I would say no. That's why you need it. Today we learned in the Mishnah. The same halacha would apply to three. He says over here, 3 kfarim mishulashim. If you have between the two outer ones 141 and a third, so you're going to make the middle one connected. Ta'ama, the reasoning why the Ikaim Saib is you have the middle one. Halekaim Saib, if you don't have the middle one, lo, you would say no. So Tiyufta de Ravuna, there's a question against Ravuna. So Malecha Ravuna says Ravuna, Itmanalai was already stated, Amarab, Amarav Idi, Amarav Chanina, lo meshulashim mamash, ela besheroim. No, we're not talking about mishulashin, it's 1, 2, and 3. We're talking about that you could see it. If you took it away, it would still be mishulashim. Remember, you only have 141 and a third. Let me see if we have a picture here. Yeah, this one. Right, this is the mishulashim. Yeah, 70 amma, 70 amma. This is another one. Okay? So he says, "Hayitman alam Ramarab Vidiam Ruchania lo mishulshim mashela kol shoyin shilu ted men tzayim nem mishulshim yemez lezel ama 140 ama ve'chad shlish." So you only have 141 amot and a third. This is the 141 and a third. If you see, 141 and 1/3, 141 and 1/3. Osem tzayit shloshan liot keechad. So the middle one is going to make them into one. So Amale Rava Labaye says Rava Tabaye Kama Yeben Chitzol Emtzayi. How much do you need from the outer one to the middle one? Amale Alpay Mama 2,000 amot. So he says Vata Marta Kavate de Rava de Rava Baravuna Mistabra. The Amari Toma Payma. He said even more than 2,000 amot. So says the Gemara Hach Yashta. Can you compare both cases? Hatamika Batim. There's houses. Hacha Leka Batim. Here there's no houses between them. The Amale Rava Labaye and says Rava Tabaye Kama Yeben Chitzon lechitzon. How much do you need from the outer one to the outer one, from this city to this city, which are two outer ones, right? So he says, "Kama yehem." What do you care? It's going to be okay. As long as if I would have put this middle one over here, right? And I don't have 141 and a third over here. I don't have more than 141 and a third here. It's going to be okay. What do I care how much of the distance? He says what? Even if it's going to be 4,000 amot? Separate? So says the Gemara, Amarle, he said, yes, even if it's going to be 4,000 amot separate. The Amar Ravuna says, when you have a city which is made like a rainbow, you remember the city of the rainbow? Well, you didn't put the picture again. You remember the rainbow? The rainbow was a round city, and then from here, we said it could be even 4,000 amot. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's Amalei, he says, Hatam, lekala meimar, right? Malay, you can't say to fill it up, but here you could just say fill it up. So Amalei Rav Safra Rava says, Safra to Rava, he says, Hare beni Akistifon, the city of Akistifon. The mashkin letchum mehai gisa der disha, where it has the tchum of gesher disha, mashkin letchum mehai gisa der krison. Haika degram nemfsaka yater mi 141 shlish. You have more than 141 and a third. So says the Gemara, nafa kach belehana chatmata deshura. He showed him city, things which were coming out of the city. The mivlai bediglat, the shivim amavshami, which were already there. So therefore it stuck out. So since it stuck out, you counted it further out, and therefore it was going to be okay. Okay, we're just going to do the Mishnah, and then we'll do the Mishnah again tomorrow. Just that way we'll start from the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, whenever you're going to come, you're going to start measuring. It's always going to be with a rope of 50 amot. Not more, not less than 50 amot. You always put it, right, when it's yashar, when it's straight, by your heart. Okay, not too low, not too high, because if it's higher up, lower down, you got more or less, so it's exact. If you get to a plains, right, to a valley or things like that, mavlio, so then you have to swallow it in. And then afterwards, you're going to come back to your midah. So you have a few pictures there. Let me just see if you have any pictures here. Yeah, you see here. Okay, here it says mavlio, which means that you don't go down and then up. You just absorb it. You just go straight, right? Or here, you just go straight. Right here, you just go straight. You understand?
Okay.
Right? That means you're not going to go around. Okay? And then that's it. And then just the Mishnah just finishes by saying, as long as you don't go outside the tchum, you can't take it out. You actually make a hole and you go through the harim. You actually go through it. If you see here, like the hole, as if say that you're going right through the mountains, right? But that's Bezat Hashem. So again, we're going to start on the Mishnah, Nun Zayin Amud Bet tomorrow morning, just that way we could finish. Okay? Have a wonderful day, everyone.